Well, I never thought I'd be making this video, but here we are. What's going on, bro? Welcome to the video. So today marks 150 days or 5 months with no alcohol, no drugs, and no fapping. So I basically just wanted to come on here and share my experience because maybe somebody else is going through the same experience that I went through or a similar experience I went through. 5 months ago, I moved out of the situation that I was in and moved into my own place because me and my ex-fiance decided to part ways, and mainly it was because of the addictions I had and that I've overcome. So pretty much, long story short, the main reason was pretty much had a porn addiction, and that led to drinking alcohol, doing drugs. Pretty much lost control of my life. I was not happy with myself and lost myself, and that led to the end of a 7-year relationship. But it pretty much all started back when I was working at a construction plant, and nothing against them or anything, but it basically ramped up quickly with workload, and not just for me but for everybody else. But I got most of the workload put onto me, and not really too much help from the company or anybody else in my department. And I was basically working 6 days a week, and I think the most hours I've worked in that week was probably like 100 or so. So I was basically, starting from 4 in the morning till God knows when I would get out. Probably like, I think the latest I was there, I think close to like 2 o'clock in the morning. I remember one day I was there for 20 hours and went in the next day at 8 o'clock in the morning. I ended up showing late because, it's physically not possible to wake up 2 hours later to get it to your shift for, for the next day on 2 hours of sleep. And most guys in construction will say, hey, that's soft hands, brother. You part-timer, those are weak numbers. They don't take into effect that I was doing that for damn near, I think, like going on 6 months. And it really takes a mental toll on you. And, you lose part of your life. You don't get to see your family. You don't get to do the things that you love to do. Yeah, the money's good, but what's the point if you're just, slaving away? Through that whole experience, I was losing myself and stopped going to the gym. I was looking for cheap, easy ways for, that dopamine effect that you get from the gym. I was taking that elsewhere. Obviously, you can guess: weed, alcohol, porn. Just fell into a deep, dark place. I was not happy with my life, and, sometimes I would think that life would be better off not breathing. So, and I think guys that work construction in these hard labor jobs, that companies need to focus more on people's mental health, because it can take a toll. There's other things in people's lives that can be affecting their work life, and I don't really think I think a lot of companies don't take that into consideration. Maybe now they do, have been developing over time and realizing that mental health is a real killer in certain situations. So I think it's getting more awareness now, but yeah, that's pretty much, what I think that's what like generated it or got it started. Basically, I just want to go down the list. Is I did all three at the same time, but I've had different experiences with all three. So I guess I'll just start with alcohol. So the reason why I decided to stop drinking, was because, you tend to do stupid things when you're drunk and black out. And what I've learned now was that I was drinking, not like socially drinking, like have a few drinks and be okay. I was like literally drinking shots to escape reality because I did not like it, obviously, so I didn't want to consciously be there. So I was just drinking. Whenever I was drunk, I would basically just be drinking shots to get drunk faster. And then I remember we would go out and we'd order drinks like adios motherfuckers, like those real strong heavy hitter drinks where they have like 4 different kinds of alcohols in there and just, pretty much get damn near blackout drunk. I remember at the tipping point, which was we were out one night and I don't really remember that much, but this is what I was told was that, we were at a bar and you know how like bars can get pretty crowded and you can't really like maneuver like how you want to. So basically she had told me that a guy was, trying to get through and he grabbed her the wrong way and she told me, but I was obviously drunk and incoherent that I didn't realize it, or maybe I did and I just didn't, take it into consideration. As a man, you need to, protect your significant other in dangerous situations like that. So being at that level of drunkenness, you're not able to protect how you should because you are physically and mentally not there. After everything was done, that is basically why I decided to, stop drinking as well, just to overall be, a protector in certain scenarios. And it's also helped me in the gym significantly. I saw like so much better progress and faster progress when I decided to like lean down. And also obviously after a night out, before you go home, you're hungry. It's like 2, 3 in the morning and your body just wants to eat greasy fast food. And that was typically how I ended my night, was indulging in food that is not good for you, which also led into the next day, not feeling good, not going to the gym, eating like shit, and basically not progressing. Now, as for drugs, the only drug that I was using was marijuana or weed, whatever you want to call it, the devil's lettuce. Yeah, I pretty much stopped doing this because I noticed, like after everything happened, I noticed that, whenever I did, I was just lazy. I didn't want to do anything. My workflow was pretty much not there. I was just pretty much getting high to escape reality as well, trying to relax my mind and not think about things that I shouldn't have been thinking about. And typical stoner, just get high, eat food, watch TV, play video games, things like that. Chill out, mellow out, just trying to relax because, my workload was just so much, and that was one way to escape. It also affected me while I was drinking as well because I would either, smoke before and then start drinking and then smoke again to, mellow out, relax, and pretty much just get crossfaded. So, which was really bad. The more you look at it and the more I talk about it, because it wasn't just one thing, it was and now it became multiple things, right? And I noticed as soon as I cut it completely out of my life, I noticed that I was able to, focus more. It wasn't affecting my diet or training, obviously. And I was able to just like, I guess kind of come back to reality because, if your mind is always at that high level of dopamine rush and you tend to bring it back to reality, you notice more things about yourself that you were doing, and now you can focus on not doing those bad habits anymore. Like I said in my past videos that, weed can affect your testosterone levels and your sex drive. And I noticed that as soon as I cut it out, like it was like felt like my testosterone went through the roof. And I noticed that when I was smoking weed, that my sex drive was not as, it was like below average, I felt like you could say. So yeah, that's pretty much why I stopped smoking weed as well. And I feel like the last thing was the hardest, which was no-fapping, which is not watching porn or not jerking off. I had heard about this like in the past, and I've seen like other YouTube videos about it, and I never really thought that I needed to do this and up until now, because in my mind before everything happened I was like, yeah, no, there's no way I can do that. I'm like I have the urge to do it way too much, and never thought I could do it. But it's obviously physically possible. You can. It's just a mindset thing that you need to overcome. If you know or you don't know that you're addicted to porn, it's pretty much all a mindset thing. They have you trapped in that dark, deep hole, because we live in a world where everything is pretty much sexualized, and that's pretty much how they keep you weak, is by, I call it hypnotizing you. I was hypnotized by, sexualized content. And I guess being in a relationship wasn't enough when it should have been, but I was obviously too dumb and too blind to realize it until it was too late. And as soon as you realize it, you just feel like absolutely just disgusted with yourself, and you pretty much hate yourself for it. And that's when I decided to realize, yeah, it's time for change. Like that, it's not right, and it's absolutely just disgusting, honestly, and embarrassing at that too. So, but yeah, all three of these have been really hard to stop, and it takes a lot of time, dedication, discipline, consistency to, just pretty much just quit cold turkey. And the temptation is still there, but obviously you have to find different ways to help you, escape those temptations, whatever they may be. And I feel like it's all mindset, bro. Like, you have to reprogram your brain a certain way to help you stop thinking the way that your addictions or vices were making you think. I don't know, I think a lot of things helped me where, you know, podcast, reading, and probably like the main thing was trying to get closer to God. I think He separated me for a reason, and He wanted me to be alone for a reason because of the sins that I was committing. And in order to get closer to Him, He has to, separate you and make sure that you are alone to make you truly believe that you trust in Him. That's what I've been learning throughout my journey and getting closer to Him. But yeah, when I do have those thoughts of, relapsing, I just think to myself, I would never be that person I was before. And I just tell myself that over and over again, and it seems to be helping because, like I said, those things that I did in my past, I never want to do again, and I never want to be that person ever again. So I just want to, share my experience that way that you guys can, take it into your life and learn from my mistakes and help you guys out, you know what I mean? So it's all about bringing value to others, sharing your experiences. That way people can relate and we can all grow together. So if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you guys are improving and developing to grow into a stronger version of yourself. That being said, that is all. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.